Over the last few weeks, we've picked up a lot of new Hogwarts Legacy info, which I think you'll find interesting and informative. So I've broken it all down here for you in a top 10 things to know format, so you can stay up to date with what's going on with this game. And let's first start with the release date, because if you didn't already know, it has recently been delayed from the end of this year to a now confirmed release date of February the 10th, 2023, thanks to an update from the Hogwarts Legacy community manager, Chandler Wood, on Twitter. Of course, I think this is a little bit disappointing, as playing this game during Christmas would have been awesome, as I see the Harry Potter films as Christmas films, and I have absolutely no idea why. However, if they do need more time to fine-tune the game and get it to a quality standard, I'm personally quite happy to wait that little bit longer. Now, it has also been confirmed that it will be releasing on the PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, as well as the Steam and Epic Games Store, with Nintendo Switch being put on hold for now officially, so I would expect that to be released post February the 10th. I've also had my pre-order of the official Hogwarts Legacy art book on Amazon cancelled and relisted to December the 31st here in the UK, but the game guide has now changed to March the 2nd. These two official books have kind of acted as a bit of a tip-off for us previously on provisional and hypothetical release dates, as the studio do inform retailers such as Amazon ahead of time when to actually expect the books in stock, which then go on to change their pre-order dates before official announcements. So with these two date changes for me here in the UK both not being accurate, I'm interested to know if these dates have then changed for you depending upon where you are in the world. So I've left a quick link in the pinned comments if you fancy checking it out for yourself, what these dates are kind of saying for you. Now, release date and art book aside, we're overdue a new trailer, as it's been nearly 6 months since the State of Play reveal, and good news because Jeff Keighley, presenter of the inbound Gamescom event, which is now the world's largest gaming trade fair for developers by the way, did say on Twitter to expect an exclusive new look at Hogwarts Legacy on opening night, which takes place on Tuesday the 23rd at 8 PM CST, 7 PM BST, 2 PM ET and 11 AM PT. You can watch this live on their YouTube channel, and I'll link that exact video in the description for you as well, just so you don't miss it. But in fact, depending upon when you watch this video, that trailer may have already been released, and I may have already whipped up a full top 10 breakdown for you. So I'll pop that video at the end of this one, because I'm very confident they won't be showing everything in that trailer that we're yet to talk about here in this video, and that's because of a recent behind the scenes event for gaming developers called Autodesk. This was an hour-long presentation that allowed developers in the industry to take an insider look on how upcoming games have been created in the Unreal Engine, as well as new motion builder technologies. It's a very in-depth dive into Hogwarts Legacy, which isn't made for the public as some sort of trailer, as it is very technical, and I believe it will be released in full on their YouTube channel soon. But that said, we have learned quite a lot from it, and let's take a look at this new in-game cinematic cutscene first, which you may have also seen doing the rounds recently, as the presentation does lead up to showing how this was actually created step by step. And apart from it being a very cool cutscene, I want to bring your attention to the end of the cinematic, where our character says the following:
"There's got to be another way to get up to the roof. Somewhere."
Which implies to me that there will be some sort of climbing or parkour system in the game where we'll need to scale certain areas. And I also don't think this scene is the Hogwarts Castle, as 32 minutes into the presentation, we also do get a slight glimpse of this location in development itself. It looks like some sort of separate castle or outpost or perhaps fort to me, and not directly a part of Hogwarts. So even though Avalanche have already officially stated that we'll be able to discover secret passageways in the Hogwarts Castle, I think this may be applicable to locations away from the castle as well, if that kind of makes sense. The hippogriff is also called Highwing, and as the character already knows its name before this scene takes place, which if my editing skills are up to scratch, you'll be able to hear that now.
Highwing.
Do you know that hippogriff?
Which leads me to believe that we've already met him prior to this cinematic, and perhaps we've already shown him the correct respect to earn its trust, as we see Harry visually do in the films with Buckbeak and of course the books as well. And I reckon this scene is part of a quest where we'll need to free Highwing, and as a reward we'll then gain access to him as a mount option, which has already been confirmed to be in the game. And in fact, it does look like the same hippogriff that we've seen in the State of Play trailer, and I'm not seeing any other hippogriff models apart from what looks like Highwing throughout the Autodesk presentation. I do hope there's a variety of different colours and perhaps a variety of different hippogriffs that we can meet and tame in the game, but alas, we're just going to have to wait and see on that front. Now, during the same Autodesk presentation, they also give us a very quick teaser of further customizable options, which is excellent. In fact, we were shown that there will be be 6 tabs available for us to customize our character, that being 30 initial presets, 15 male and 15 female, a facial shape tab where it doesn't show a visible option as of yet to edit them in a specific way that we would like, but we do have 20 skin colors to choose from, and what I can see, 3 options for those of you who decide to wear glasses. We then move on to the hairstyle tabs where we can see 33 hair colors and approximately 40 to 50 hairstyles based on the bar scroll size here, with male and female options. We also have the complexion tab for 10 options for freckles, 10 for moles, and a further 10 for scars and markings, with another tab where it seems like we'll be able to choose from 25 eye colors, 33 eyebrow colors, and 15 eyebrow shapes, and that in itself is a huge amount of customizable freedom if it does all make it to the game. But even more interestingly is this very ambiguous 6th Hogwarts crest tab at the end of the showcase here. It wasn't shown in the preview, with community manager Chandler Wood even going on to address that tab on Twitter by saying that we're planning on going into more detail later, including showing that mysterious final tab. So I reckon we'll be able to choose our Hogwarts house in this character creation screen and then see a cinematic sorting hat scene play out depending upon which house you choose, which all does seem to line up, to be fair, because on the official Hogwarts Legacy FAQs, Avalanche have stated that players can choose their Hogwarts house at the start of the game, so that's a done deal in my mind when it comes to that specific tab. Speaking of which, there's also another thing that I do want to bring your attention to here though, and that's the robes in this creator screen. They're exactly the same robes as the State of Play trailer scene when we're in the carriage with Professor Fig, which may suggest that this cutscene is the start of the game after we create our character when we're en route to what is presumed to be Gringotts, which is very intriguing indeed. Now, I'll tell you what else is intriguing, and that's dragons, because 21 minutes into our developer presentation, Matt Dibb, senior animator at Avalanche, says the following.
And so here I have the example of one of our dragons.
And notice how he uses the word dragon in a very plural fashion, denoting that there's perhaps more than just one dragon which we'll encounter as we gallivant through the Scottish Highlands. And this is exciting stuff, because if you weren't aware, there's only 2 types of dragon that are native to the British Isles and Ireland. We have the Hebridean black dragon, which we've already been shown extensively and was widely considered the more aggressive native dragon than its counterpart, that being the common Welsh green, which nested in the higher mountain regions of Wales. So there's potential we'll see more Hebridean blacks in Hogwarts Legacy, but there's also potential that we'll see some Welsh greens or perhaps another species entirely. Now, while we're on magical creatures, at 28 minutes into this presentation, there's reference to holding and petting a puffskein, which is a scavenger that eats anything from food leftovers to the bogies inside the noses of witches and wizards by utilizing its very long and slim pink tongue. In fact, their hair has magical properties and is a useful potion ingredient in the wizarding world, and this lines up really nicely, as we already know that we're going to be able to create our own potions in the room of requirement, and being able to pet and tame a puffskein for potion ingredients would make complete sense, especially if we keep it in our menagerie after capturing one during our playthrough by utilizing that fantastic beast inspired suitcase that we've been shown already. And by the way, if you have found this video informative so far, please do leave a very quick like down below. It really helps me out on YouTube, and as a thank you for doing so, I've actually launched a Hogwarts Legacy Standard Edition game giveaway. You just need to be a subscriber of the channel to enter. It's completely free, and as soon as we can officially pre-order the game, I'll announce the winner shortly after on my community tab on YouTube. The link is also in the pinned comments, so good luck. Now, another big question mark is Quidditch, and will we be able to play it in this game? Well, we have picked up some really interesting info about it in this Autodesk reveal, that being some animation capture references such as cleaning a broom and a bludger, which is a black iron ball that's bewitched to fly around to try and knock off players off their broomsticks, if you didn't know, by the way. And I think these are just file references to animation movements for NPCs specifically, as Retro Raconteur, a fantastic Hogwarts YouTuber, did say recently that some of the people that he's spoken to behind the scenes have confirmed to him that Quidditch won't be appearing as a playable activity in the game, and link to his video is in the description, of course. Definitely worth your time, so do check it out. But with that in mind, and with the official statement from Avalanche saying that we will be able to undertake a flying class to master our broomstick, I think it's entirely possible that while we're undertaking this class, we'll have to dodge a bludger of some sort as part of the training. Hopefully we'll pick up more clarification about that soon. But something else which I think is quite fun is the prospect of Howlers appearing in the game, which we can see as an option here in the dev menus around 13 minutes in. Now, if we can see and hear other students in the castle receiving one, just like Ron did in the Chamber of Secrets in the Great Halls. So I think that would be an incredible detail and a lot of fun if it did make it into the game. Big fingers crossed on that front. Now, speaking of Weasleys, I think this is a perfect segue onto that topic now, as I reckon we'll be seeing a few of them in Hogwarts Legacy. In fact, Chandler Wood did hint at the family appearing in the game in a PlayStation blog article back in March, as he stated that you may even come across some familiar names like a Weasley or two. Now, from a lore point of view, the oldest identified Weasley we currently know of is Ron's grandfather, Septimus Weasley, who was famously involved in an ideological conflict with the pure-blooded supremacist Canticus Not, and his published book which lists out all of the pure-blooded magical families still alive. Now, we don't know the exact date of his birth, but it was approximately around the early 1900s, and this game is actually set in 1890, meaning he'd be too young and perhaps not even alive at the time of the game, and at the moment that's as far back as our Weasley knowledge goes for now. However, thanks to the Autodesk footage again, we can clearly see the Weasley name attributed to the actress who was recording the motion capture scenes at the 25-minute mark. Incidentally, the development model matches the same one of presumably the deputy headmistress, which we can see here in the state of play trailer, as the scarves are clearly the same. So I think this is our first Weasley, but we can also identify a couple more professors here as well. We have Professor Abraham Ronan, who we can see here from the developer video is a Slytherin and will be our charms teacher, which was also confirmed by Chandler on Twitter. Additionally, at 31 minutes in, we can see a game file entry referencing Professor Sharp as the potions master, who we can now presumably say is this dude here from the state of play trailer. There's also reference to Professor Black, who I did mention in this video months ago is likely to be Phineas Black, who was headmaster of Hogwarts and one of the most unpopular headmasters, by the way, because he does fit the timeline in terms of historic lore and has a striking resemblance to Sirius Black, who was his great-great-grandfather. Now, something cool to know about the main characters here: Nathan Hendrickson, the cinematic director at Avalanche, said that they have a huge cast of over 50 actors playing active roles in the game. And for a little bit more context here, the first Harry Potter film had 59 main and supporting characters, so this game is nearly matching the first film in that regard, which I think is pretty impressive and quite exciting in terms of storyline and potential depth here. Now, speaking of depth, we were shown a huge amount of variety in regard to the customization of robes in this Autodesk presentation, as well as the state of play trailer, to be fair. But that said, they did show us a quick reference to the robes in terms of specific utility, such as the beast and herbology robes, as you can see here, with Dwayne Johnson, technical art lead, going on to say that once the artist had finished designing the robes, they'll save it to their database, including any skill values attributed to those robes. So this has me thinking that specific robes will give you unique bonuses or skill boosts depending upon your preferred playstyle. So as an example, perhaps you'll find a dark wizard robe hidden away in a dungeon somewhere, which boosts your dark magic abilities, or perhaps the herbology robe will increase your plant growing activities back in the room of requirements, so you can brew potions that will then help you during the game if that's how you want to play, and I could definitely see that happening here. Now, I'll tell you what I didn't see happening, and that is a potential Battle of Hogwarts, which is also referenced in this same presentation. Avalanche have confirmed that they will be adhering to the Wizarding World lore, but that players will find new story elements which will be authentic to the original story, so I wouldn't necessarily rule out something of this nature occurring, especially as we seem to be at the centre of a goblin rebellion with the leader Ranrock seemingly after the ability to wield dark ancient magic, which we can coincidentally somehow tap into, and we're currently based at Hogwarts. Speaking of which, there's also reference to a Hogwarts dueling club and another Defense Against the Dark Arts duel against Professor Hecat, which is a nice play on words here, as Hecat, and apologies if I've got a bit rogue on the pronunciation there, was a Greek goddess of magic and witchcraft, described as being the light and the dark. So perhaps we can be a part of the Hogwarts dueling club, but only before we learn how to duel from Professor Hecat in Defense Against the Dark Arts. Now, if you've enjoyed this video so far, do check out more Hogwarts Legacy videos I've whipped up for you on the channel. In fact, I may have finished that Gamescom recap video, which should be on your screen right now, depending upon when you watch this, so worth giving that a swift click for even more up-to-date Hogwarts Legacy info. Hopefully see you there in just a second. Cheers for watching, and butterbeer is on me.